I worked at a wedding, called the bride fat, and then roasted the entire family. Now they don't want to pay me, and I'm furious. Am I the asshole? This happened 6 years ago when I was a hotshot wedding videographer. I retired afterwards. My selling point was simple. I will shoot your wedding and give you a highlight reel the very next day, no questions asked. People loved it. They wanted me. They couldn't wait.
Oh, God.
They're busting at the seams to get them.
Oh, highlights.
My career's last wedding was no different at the beginning. I arrived at the scene, asked who the important people were, and shot some epic footage and went home. But I was hiding a harmless secret. You see, my work ethic of 20 hours straight came with a caveat. I got bored too often, but that day, I found a solution.
Okay.
If you have ever edited videos before, you know the most boring part of it is watching, organizing, and naming hundreds of clips. So just for self-amusement, I did something. Instead of naming clips how you usually name them, I started naming them funnily. You know, like, mind you, these are raw footages that will never be seen by anyone else other than me. The final video was aptly named and sent to the bride, my client, the very next day. She called me and she loved it. She thanked me for my service and requested me if I could also send her all the raw clips I have taken. The raw clips with his funny names. You see, it was the weekend and her entire family was going to visit her, where they planned to watch all the videos and start her new life with a bang. Although, in 99% of other cases, I would have been smart enough to send her the original clips. This time around, I had an important statistics exam the next day, and my brain was fried.
Oh, God. I know where this is coming. But I see you in the comments if you know where this is headed.
I unknowingly copied my funny name clips and gave those to her. It was the next day at my university, about to enter the classroom, ready to give my statistic exam, and then my phone rings. The bride is calling. I rejoice. Surely she's calling to ask for my bank details. I'll be a little richer today. Hello, I say. The bride responds, "You are the most horrible person I've ever seen. You humiliated me in front of my entire family, and I will file a police report against you right now."
Oh, my God.
You won't get away with this. Cuts the call. For file names.
I want to know what they are now.
I was confused. I really didn't know why'd she act that way. Was she trying to rip me off, throwing up this act? I was not going to let her get away with this. So I called my classmate, the girl who hooked me up with the client. Bride was her aunt. Oh no. Surely my classmate would know what's happening. "Hey, Miss Blank called me and she said some weird stuff. Do you know what's happening?" "Are you kidding me?" she says. "What the hell were those names? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Is this a prank?" She's swearing at me so much. "You are unreal. Why did you do that?" He said, "What names?" "Wait, video clip names?"
Don't incriminate yourself.
I don't know if you're joking at this point, but I'm in a lot of trouble because of you. You're a really weird man. Call cuts. The freaking names! The names! No way I sent them the funny names. My heart sank. My exam was in 5 minutes. I couldn't take it. I collected myself, gave the exam, I barely passed it, and went home to see what I had done. At this point, even I don't know how bad it is. I don't remember any of the funny names. I did those in the moment, laugh a little and move on. I opened my computer and went into the folder. My hands are shaking. My heart is pounding. These were some of the names.
Oh, finally.
Ugly bride trying to pose. Annoying loud bride friends.
Ooh.
Old grandma's last wedding.
Oh, no.
Perv brother eyeing girls. Fat ass groom standing. Dumb as fuck kids running. Short bald dad eating.
Oh.
These were the first couple out of 60 final clips.
No.
I deleted the whole folder without proceeding further. I couldn't take it. Before you tell me how horrible I am, to my defense, I was a dumb, unfunny kid. To come up with creative insults, you have to be smart. I wasn't. So I relied on shock humor enough to get me through the boring phase of naming. I didn't think much of it. It wasn't meant to be seen by anyone. I called my friend the other day, calmed her down, apologized for it, and once she was cool, she told me the following. We were all gathered at the bride's house. It was at least a 30-person gathering. We were supposed to sit in the hall and watch all the clips one by one.
Oh, no.
The first clip was the highlights you made, which everyone enjoyed. Then she plugged in the flash drive you gave her, and to everyone's horror, they saw it. All the funny names in front of everyone. The bride tried to close the folder immediately, but her dad was furious and proceeded angrily reading everything out loud.
Oh my God.
Until the bride started crying and left the room. It was something. The groom stayed still and said nothing.
Damn.
This is OP. That's horrible. I didn't mean it. It wasn't supposed to be in front of anyone else. I'm so sorry. She says, that's okay. I mean, I get it. Everything is calm now, but I don't think you'll get your money. I mean, you can try, but the bride's really pissed. But the grandma laughed at her clip name, actually. I never contacted the bride again. I heard she was teaching in a university next to mine. I never went to that place. Whenever I think of this, I cringe really hard and I feel like sinking and laughing at the same time. I'm still sometimes talking to my classmate. She recently got married, and suffice to say, she didn't ask me to shoot the wedding.
Wow. Okay, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think, because I think this one actually might be a split decision on if OP is actually the a-hole or not, right? What are your thoughts?
Okay. John.
Yeah.
John, if I'm calling someone fat and ugly behind their back, I'm an asshole.
I agree.
I actually, hot take, I think it's more of an asshole move to insult someone behind their back than to insult them to their face.
I think that's true. Like the other day, Nathan, who runs the 1s and 2s on our YouTubes, he said that my hair in a bun made me look like a douche. He said that to my face.
Yeah, and everyone else was just thinking it.
Exactly. Exactly. Now I know the truth. He then said, on the bright side, I look like a successful douche. So I guess I'll take it.
That's something. All right, let's get into this next story.
Let's do it. My best friend cheated on her fiance with my boyfriend. I just found out. Now she's getting married and I want to ruin the wedding. Am I the a-hole? I dated my ex-boyfriend, John, with an H, for 4 years and got serious enough where we started planning for our future. Weddings, kids, etc. I thought we were pretty happy, but last year he dumped me pretty suddenly. I tried to figure out what went wrong, but he said it was personal. It's not that it was not personal, it was personal, and that I should respect his space. During this time, my best friend Stacy and her fiance Tom were my rocks, letting me crash at their place and just being overwhelmingly supportive and loving. When Stacy asked me to be her maid of honor, I thought it was a no-brainer and I happily took to the task. Fast forward to what happened this weekend, the morning of the wedding. Tom asked me to meet him for breakfast super early in the morning before all the festivities. I thought it was weird, but assumed he maybe wanted me to pass something on to Stacy. What happened instead was that Tom let me know a few days prior that Stacy admitted to him that she had an affair with John.
Wait, what?
Divorce. And that was what led to my breakup. He said that Stacy wanted to come clean to start their marriage fresh and that he was forgiving her to move forward. He had gone back and forth between telling me and finally decided to spill the beans. I guess he had expected me to forgive Stacy too because the affair was so long ago. The opposite pretty much happened and I walked out on the wedding. Damn.
That's exactly what you should do.
It ended up causing a huge mess because I was basically running the whole show. Stacy made me do everything, so she didn't even know what was happening at certain times or who to call. Not only that, but everyone realized that the maid of honor wasn't there.
Damn, the only thing Stacy can do right is your husband.
God.
Or sorry, ex-fiance.
Ouch. She had headshots and bios of the party on her wedding page, so it was like clear that the maid of honor wasn't there, and news of the affair eventually got out because her cousin knew John. Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now, saying that I ruined their once-in-a-lifetime moment. Some of their friends are on their side, saying that I should have handled the situation more privately and at least stuck out the wedding since it was so last minute.
Nah, dude.
No, not at all. Not at all. I personally don't know what Tom expected, but either way, I've been getting bombarded with texts, and I heard that Stacy has been so upset that she had to take time off work, which does make me feel like the a-hole.
No.
Especially since I've just been ignoring her calls. Okay.
Fuck Stacy.
I'm curious to hear any of your cheating stories, having been cheated on. What was the fallout? How did you deal with it in a scenario like this? But I don't think that OP owes them anything, especially because, you know, it's one thing to cheat on your fiance that ruins your marriage, right? So like OP's marriage was ruined. Then they tell her right before the wedding. So it's like, what do you expect? You were the one that fucked up, Stacy and Tom for not telling her sooner, honestly.
Yeah. I feel just bad for OP that like so much information was taken or withheld from her.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't think OP is the a-hole at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. You know who also is not the a-hole?
Who?
Me, because I just bought Ashley a nice villa in Abood for a weekend getaway. Dude, literally, I'm going to be so sad when I leave here. I'm ready for the depression.
Should tell her to come with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, I love how you're doing this romantic getaway also on my 3rd anniversary.
Yeah, I got to celebrate your 3rd anniversary.
I know. Wow. Thank you. You're so inclusive, man. Just
you're
like
welcome.
you want to celebrate with me. I so appreciate it.
We should time our orgasms.
Wow.
So it's at the same time.
I know that's what my girl wants.
Yeah.
Is me timing my orgasms with my podcast co-host. She says nope. Yep, she's right over there. Little does he know, she is right behind him the whole time.
Let's get to this next story.
Suffer.
My boyfriend is a short king and I just wore 8-inch heels to the wedding. He's furious. So am I the asshole? I have a high heel story like today's story. Oh, is this from? Oh, this is from r/okop show. It's by Happy Kitty Meow Meow.
Love that.
Submitted this story on our subreddit r/okop show. So if you want your story submitted, go over there.
Just hit 1,000 there, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. So as a teenager and young 20s, I would wear heels all the time. I'm pretty practiced at wearing them, walk well in them, and can run in heels up to 6 inches tall. Damn.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
That's insanity.
I was dating this guy who was 4 inches taller than me. He wouldn't let me wear heels over 3 inches, so he was still taller than me. Red flag.
Yeah.
We were going to a wedding for his cousin, and I had planned to wear some nice ballet flats so I would be comfortable, but still appropriate, but he demanded that I wear heels. Long story short, several temper tantrums later, I showed up with him to the wedding in kitten heels and insisted we sit near the front, not the very front, just not way in the back. Guy's so particular. F this guy.
Yeah, what the
I hope
hell?
you've broken up with him. Once most of the guests had shuffled to their seats, we had a few minutes before things got going. I excused myself to the bathroom and changed shoes. And guess what? I came out in 8-inch heels.
Boom.
And obviously walked past most of the sitting guests to get backed.
Oh, yeah.
I top out at 10-inch heels for those curious. 10-inch
10
heels?
inches?
It's a
Bro,
fucking
that's just
foot.
stilts.
Heels clicking and drawing attention the whole way. He stood up when I returned to let me into my seat and then noticed I was now 4 inches taller
Uh-oh.
than he was. So 4 inches taller than he was.
Damn.
He turned a lovely shade of purple, sat down, and said some pretty nasty things to me. I had fun, danced, and chatted with people while he moped and let me have it in the car. I just dropped him at home and told him to not call me again. He tried to backtrack and apologize and beg for a while and then moved on to calling me an effing biatch and a stupid slut. I never replied. Good riddance. I looked effing hot at the wedding and my ex succumbed to his Napoleon syndrome. Waterloo, bitch. Damn.
Take it.
I love that.
I love that because, like, I think a lot of people might be like, okay, that's an a-hole move on his part, but it's just one time. But I think it's the
representative.
iceberg,
Yeah.
you know, like there's
the fact that he's just so controlling over like that is really suggests
gives a
that he's
fuck?
very
Who
insecure.
cares?
He's very insecure.
And totally insecure.
Yo, bro, give me a giant woman. I'm down. Give me an Amazonian.
Let's
I
go.
will climb that thing like a eucalyptus tree. But with that, I think let's wrap this episode up. We love you. We've been having some guest episodes and we've been reading some of the comments. You guys are vicious to some of our guests. Jeez.
That's true.
You guys are vicious. I mean, we love you, but the OKOP army can bite off some people's heads.
Y'all are passionate, you know.
Passionate
we do love
crowd.
the passion. We do love the passion. Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll see you soon. We love
See
you.
ya.
Peace.